So we've spoken some about some great events that Metro have done over the years, and one of the ones that I'd heard about previously that used to be done many years ago by Dax Ashworth and them, and I probably just started a conversation with Jackie about doing it again, and since then it's happened, which is the Pride boat that we do every year, which was taking just a group of probably about 120 odd gay residents up to Pride, up to Westminster Pier, as a bit of a fun way to start the Pride Day. Our point at the time was to try and talk to as many gay men as we can, try and get them onto a mailing list so we could try and message them about future events that we'd have. We had started doing what we call the BASK, which is the Behaviour, Attitude, Skills and Knowledge questionnaires, to try and talk about possibly whether they needed to go into do some mentoring around maintaining their HIV negative status, if they were HIV negative, or support themselves if they were already HIV positive or living with HIV. So we thought, how can we get a captive audience? The boat is a great way to get a captive audience because they're stuck on the boat. And so we would then put on a drag race, a drag show while we're on the boat. And then we'd have people go around and doing these basks with people. And then giving them their results. So we give them, they'd ask maybe 20 questions or 15 questions around behaviour, attitude, skills and knowledge, and then we'd get those results and then we'd give them some advice or some support. So if they were lacking in some knowledge questions, then we'd be able to give them the answers to what they were at the time, but then also email them their questions back to them. And if we thought that actually, from the responses, they were quite depressed, or they might be feeling quite isolated, what were some of the support mechanisms that we could provide, not just locally, but also across London, that they could tap themselves into. So that was kind of like the back end, but it's a fun party as well. And we still do that kind of approach where, it's still a boat that's supposed to be enjoyed by everybody, but there is also an alternative motive for us about getting people onto the boat. And, that has developed over the years. So it was the BASK. Then I think it moved on to getting people into Pit Stop. And now it's about getting people registered to Pit Stop Plus, our gay men's website. Making sure people have heard about the website, that they're registered, that they're using it, that they're, telling their friends about it as well. And on those, we have lots of support programs that can, again, look at people's mental health and signpost them into local services as well. So great events, but there's always, an underlying message which we hope people don't always necessarily even see. And, it's just a part of what Metro is and what they'd expect. The drag race isn't just about a race. It's really about, making sure people know about Metro, about our services, about raising money for, for what we don't have funding for. And I think people understand that that's, why we're there as well. It's not really just about having a good time.